Hello everybody, Bill Platt here again, and I've got a quick training for you today, how to put together your book covers for Createspace using the pre-format templates from Createspace to do that, and using Paint.net as your software application. Now, Paint.net, I always use Photoshop, and then GIMP is free, but I never liked GIMP. Never did take a liking to it. And Paint.net is downloadable. It's free. It's very, very, very similar to Photoshop with some minor exceptions. The main exception being that Photoshop has more capability built into it than Paint.net does. But Paint.net will get the job done 90% of the time for what we want to do. So let me go ahead and get into this. The very first thing we need to do is we need to go to the Createspace website. And let me get that opened up so I can show you what I'm looking at here. So at the top of the page, right up in this area where it goes blue-white, I want you to type in cover templates. So COVERTEMPLATES, and do a search on that. And that's going to bring up this list. And the very top one on the list, every time I've tried it, is this page right here. And from here, you can configure your template. So this is the template I've been using all week. It's black and white interior type instead of color. Trim size 6x9. Paper color white instead of cream. And number of pages is 108. So you type in all that information, then you click Build Template. Now that's going to bring us up to this page right here. And then this file here is a download zip file. You can download, and inside that zip file, there's a PDF and PNG version of the template we're going to be working with to design our book covers. So let me get off of this and open up this. And so this is what the your file manager will look like. And this is your zip file. And you want to open up the zip file and then go drill down into the folders. And then you'll see the PDF here and the PNG here. And we're not going to be working with the PDF at all. We will be working with the PNG. So let me go ahead and get that closed down. And then we're going to take you right into this part here. Let me close this down and show you the screen. And the way this is working, my software that I use to record this would not capture keystrokes or mouse strokes. So what I did was I set it up, I recorded it with another application. Then I am piping the previous recording into this recording so you can see everything. And let me go ahead and get that started. Now I'm talking through it. So I'll get back to it after the recording is done. Okay, I'm going to walk through the steps in order for you to understand what we're doing here. I've got everything kind of pre-set up. I'm still going to have to go through the entire process for you. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open up the book cover that we got from Createspace in the PNG. That's right here. And the second thing we're going to do, we're going to do a select all on it. And we're going to do a copy merged. And then we'll go ahead and deselect it for now. We're going to open a new file. And what happens, because we did a copy merged, that's going to grab everything that you see shown right here, and it's going to make the measurements accordingly. So we're going to set our resolution to 300, and then our image is now 12.5 by 9 1/4, and we're going to go ahead and click OK. But we're not actually going to paste that image into this new one just yet. We're going to come back to that in just a few minutes. In the meantime, we're going to set up a new one, a new box, and this time it's going to be another 300 DPI, and it's going to be 4 inches by 3 inches, and so it's really close on the height, but we want to go with a solid number here on the width, because that's going to play out with our measurements here in just a few minutes. And we'll go ahead and click OK on that. And with this, I want to select a background color for this image, and I decided to go with burgundy on this. So now our background is burgundy, and we'll click the arrow to take focus off the paint bucket and put it on the text, and let's rotate that color around so that when we put the text down, it's going to be white. Now, bear in mind that we measured this out to 4 inches when we began. Perfect center is lined up on the 2, and that line you see moving around there, let's just get that lined up on the 2, and then click the mouse one time. So that gives me a centered text right here, and I'm going to put my book title there, and I'm going to change the size of the text here to 96 and make it bold. And then now I've got this situated, I'm going to click the arrow to take focus off of that, and then I'm going to create another text area down below. Again, we're lining it up on the 2, and this is going to be my author name. I'll go ahead and put it in there. If I don't want it to be bold or 96, I'm going to change it to 48. So now here, this is my title box, and I'm going to use it again here in a minute. I click on the arrow over here to take focus off the text, and then we're going to, I've got another image I need to open, and I believe it's right here. Yes, it is. And this is a image I'm going to use for my background on the book cover. And let's go ahead and resize that thing, make sure it's 300 dpi, which it is. And we know from the previous measurement that the working space is 12.5 by 9 1/4. So let's go ahead and select the height to 9 1/4. And let's see, so if we went with 12.5 the first time, that would give us 7 inches on the height, so that's not workable. So we need to go ahead and set the height to 9 1/4. It gives us a little bit more on the width, but we can work with that. Then click OK. Now, we're going to return back to, this is our actual working space. This is where we're building our book cover. And it's already set to the proper width because it's the exact same height and width as this image right here. Now with this, we got a step we need to do here. We need to go to Layers and Layer Properties, and when that box opens, you're going to see Opacity down here at the bottom with a box and a slider, and we can slide it over to set our opacity. Now notice that the background is white right now, and as I slide it over, you'll see a checkerboard come out, and that basically lets you know that anything where the checkerboard is partially see-through. If I took it all the way down, it would be completely transparent, but we want to leave it transparent enough that we can see through it, but we can also see our template here, our guides for our book cover. So go ahead and click OK here. And it doesn't matter what we set the actual number to, as long as we can see what we're doing, that's what we're working with. So the next thing we want to do is we want to hold our cursor directly over the edge of this orange line. Now, bear in mind that down here where the yellow is, that's the ISBN box. We don't want anything back behind that. And the dark orange is our margins around the image, and we don't want any text behind that either, but we do want to figure out what the measurements are. So we're at 12 1/4 here on this side. On this side we're 6 1/2. So from here to here is 5 inches and 3/4, 5 3/4 inches. So when we lay down our title box, we want to be as close to centered as we can. So that's 5 3/4 there, and then our title box is 4 inches. So doing some math there, we got 1 3/4 difference, and we need to divide that by 2. So it works out to be just a hair under 0.8 inches, or so let's see, it would be 1 3/4. Let me do the quick math on that. Let's see. There we go. So we do the quick math on it. So 1 and 7/5 divided by 2 is 8/7/5. So we're going to keep that number in mind, and then we're going to keep on going ahead. So let's go ahead and take this, and we'll do a select all, and we'll do the copy merged. And then we'll go back to our working background here. And we're going to paste it in as a new layer. That's important. So now you got 2 layers here. And then we can see the measurements here. Let's go ahead and deselect, and then let's grab our book cover here. Let's do a select all, and then we'll do a copy merged. Then we'll come back over here, and we remember we're at 6.5 here, and we need to go to 0.875 from this point here. So that's, let's go ahead and paste in as a new layer, and then we can bring it over and get where we need to be. So we need the left edge of this to be about 0.875 inches from right here. So let's see, that's going to be 7 1/4, about 7.35. So we want to line up to about right here. Let's see, would that be right? It would be probably right about there. So let me see. So that's 1/4, and then 875. Is exactly halfway to the next thing, the next marker. So right there is 875. So now we know that this book title area is precisely centered left to right in our working space, okay? So let's go ahead and deselect that, and then we'll come back to this. In fact, we'll go back to our background. Let's grab that image here, do a select all and copy merged, and then go back to our image here, and make sure that you've got the background selected here, and then paste. And we're not pasting as a new layer, but we do want to keep canvas size so it doesn't change the working area we've got. And it lays it down here. So now we can move, if we want to, I can grab this image here and move it around and get it to a place that I'm more comfortable placing it. So I'll go about right here with it, and I got to move up just a hair. There we go. Now I've got laid out exactly where I need it. And now here's the important thing. So I've got my layer 2 here. It's highlighted. Let me go ahead and deselect. And the layer 2 is highlighted, and I got this check right here. And I can just turn that puppy off. And now I've got a proper book cover with a proper book title on it, and everything is perfectly oriented for me to save this as a JPEG and upload it to Createspace when I'm ready to publish. So at this point, I want to do a save as, and change it to JPEG, and I'll just go with the untitled JPEG right here, and go ahead and save it. Yes, I do want to override, and I do want to keep quality at 100, and I do want to flatten this image. And there we go. Now it's all set. Now let me go ahead and I will open this file so you can see what it looks like. And there you go. There's the proper book cover that we just made. And everything's lined out perfectly so that when you upload it to Createspace, everything's just where it needs to be. Okay, that was awesome, wasn't it? So let me go ahead and turn that off. And then I'll go ahead and I've got the image load right here. And this is my new book cover here. I just upload that to Createspace and then we're ready to go on. And so the beautiful thing about this process, once you get your book title laid where it needs to be laid right here, over this area right here, then you can change your background. And I basically set the basic template file with everything in layers, and then I put a new background in and save it. And then because it flattens it down when I'm saving it, I gotta do a couple undo steps. So the first undo is it breaks the layers back up, and then the next undo is whatever move I did, whatever moving around I did with the image. And then the next undo is where I pasted the background into the image. And then I can put a new background in, and I just go through that process, and I create 25 or 50 or 100 book covers in one fell swoop. And then I've got all that situated before I head to Createspace. So when I go to Createspace, I got 100 pre-made covers, and I just, as I upload books, I just make the books according to what the book cover is and go on from there. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope you better understand how to use the Createspace template and how to use it within your software, your image software, to create the more perfect book cover. So until next time, I'm Bill Platt. Have a great day.